Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Enrique and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, employers bear high costs due to lack of childcare. PM stresses recognition of informal settlers. An independent arbiter to investigate SEDELPA issues.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spade.
Employers in Fiji are losing on average around $550,000 annually due to the lack of childcare options. The International Finance Corporation's recent childcare survey report reveals that working parents are losing workdays due to childcare responsibilities, which in turn is affecting productivity. Kelly Vadala reports.
The loss of staff time due to childcare duties comes with a price tag for every business.
The workers themselves saying that it creates a lot of stress for themselves, that it creates anxiety, that they know that if they're not at work, then either their team members are having to pick up extra work for them, which can create resentment, but equally just creates stress within themselves because they feel bad for their colleagues.
Launching the report in Suva last night, the Employment Minister says they plan to provide policies for the provision of childcare services.
The childcare needs of Fijian workers to help private and public sector develop solutions tailored to the local context.
The report highlights that in the private sector, an average of 4.6% of workdays are lost every month and an average of 6.4% in the public sector.
Businesses are looking more into flexibility. How can they actually create flexible policies that allow parents to be better able to take time off if they need to be able to do school drop off or pick up or bring their kids in after school if they need to or if they're sick.
The report suggests that access to childcare can foster workplace gender diversity, improve recruitment and retention, increase productivity and promote access in the markets. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama has called on world leaders to recognise informal settlers in their countries and grant them a sense of ownership over their communities. Speaking at the UN Habitat Assembly high-level luncheon in Kenya today, Bainimarama says ownership grants confidence, which fuels investment, which in turn builds resilience. Maggie Boyle reports.
Frank Bainimarama. We also have...
Speaking with delegates from 116 countries, the PM explaining Fiji's lessons in the wake of Tropical Cyclone Winston.
This gave us perspective on the urgent need to deal with the problem and the shared interest in creating safer, more regulated and more sustainable communities that would better serve both our informal settlers and all Fijians.
Bainimarama is urging delegates to approach informal settlements proactively and through a lens of human dignity.
We need to give our informal settlers a sense of ownership over their communities. Ownership grants confidence. Confidence fuels investment, and investment builds resilience.
The Prime Minister also highlighting the need for strong partnerships to make the impossible possible.
We're building partnerships with those who also see the lack of climate resilience in our informal settlements as a potential source of disaster that needs to be addressed with urgency. It's why the Adaptation Fund has outlined the need for a holistic four-component approach to making our informal settlements more climate secure.
As the first UN Habitat Assembly, the Prime Minister also spoke about resilience and building more climate-proof communities. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The Social Democratic Liberal Party's management board says no action will be taken in the interim against senior executives given the allegations of bad governance. Acting Party President Anare Chale says they are following their constitutional provisions and working through their grievance processes. Former Fiji TV Chief Executive and a leading financial and management consultant, Mesake Nawari, has been appointed as an independent arbiter to assess the issues. Serious allegations of bad governance, lack of transparency and accountability has been filed by Party Youth President Chope Karoisavo against senior members of SEDELPA. FBC News understands among the allegations is the misappropriation of close to $500,000 in campaign funding.
A report is expected from the habitat by the 21st of June. So certainly in that report there will be recommendations, there will be findings that will guide the party on what to do. Yes, there have been issues raised on the governance of the party.
Meeting the demands of the local shipping industry, Fiji Ships and Heavy Industries Limited has plans to build its fourth and largest slipway. The company's largest slipway can only handle vessels weighing up to 1,000 tons, and it says local companies have ships far larger than that. Sanyani Boiler reports.
The fourth slipway that will be constructed soon will accommodate bigger ships.
The bigger boats, we cannot be able to accommodate that. And we know and we understand sometimes it's frustrated for the local ship owners when they bring in bigger vessels and cannot accommodate them.
Noting the urgent need for more capacity, Ganders Shipping Executive Director George Ganders says the current facility doesn't meet present needs.
I've used that facility 3 times in the last 7 years, and I won't be using it again because I had my vessel got stuck on the slipway and I had to use tugs to put it out. So for Lopiati, no, they need to improve the facility, bring it up to modern stage.
We have put our strategic plan so that we can expand our slipway in order to facilitate and to assist in servicing bigger vessels.
The Fiji Ships and Heavy Industries Limited has so far refitted 30 vessels this year compared to 47 this time last year. They will be working on refitting a total of 147 vessels this year from local shipping companies and other shipping companies from the Pacific region. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
Good news for the employees of ANZ Bank and Bank of Baroda as they will get a 6% increase in salaries. The pay increment prevailed after negotiations for a couple of years. Anna Ravulo reports.
The agreement signed between the union and ANZ Bank means a salary increase for ANZ employees across all their branches beginning this Saturday.
This has been part of the ongoing negotiations we have had with ANZ. This is a significant development because ANZ being the larger player in the financial sector, such an increase would set the benchmark for the other banks in the country.
A similar agreement was also signed with Bank of Baroda, which has taken 2 years of negotiations to make it happen.
One being 3% increase backdated to 1st of August 2017, and the other one, another 3% backdated to 1st of August 2018. So that would be a significant increase of salaries and allowances in Bank of Baroda.
Meanwhile, Naidu says all BSP Life staff also had an increase of 3.3% effective in their last pay. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Still to come, over 60 nurses and midwives graduate. An alleged rapist pastor bailed. Details after the break.
Nambula FM, nambandua ya nasere.
Hoya ubasit sai sai lambasa, ya ndo talita ina warro nambula FM nambandua ya nasere.
Gua da tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka. Talita kina na warro nambula FM nambandua ya nasere.
Wana mtuma nambula FM nambandua ya nasere mwalu.
Na vengo fanya na tao.
Graduation is a proud moment for students and their parents, but the road leading to it is not always a walk in the park. Getting that degree in nursing science and scooping 3 awards was not easy for 28-year-old PRIYAM PRASAD of Wunika Lambasa. Pranita Prakash reports.
It was an emotional moment for this registered nurse based at the CWM hospital in Suva, who started her studies a few years ago.
It was very interesting. It was very challenging as we are shift workers and we have to balance work, balance shift work, balance studies and make time for group presentation.
PRIYAM PRASAD says her parents were her biggest support all these years.
I used to remember when I used to send my assignments from Tavuni in the ferry and my mom used to wait at the Lambasa bus stand just to hand deliver it to my tutors. So special thanks goes to my mom and dad. And since they are present with me here today, this day is a very memorable one for me.
41 nurses and 16 midwives graduated from the TISI College of Nursing and Healthcare Education today.
Our bridging program was launched in Lambasa in June 2016. 6 graduations have taken place from 2017 to 2018, graduating 405 students who are all currently employed.
Meanwhile, Director Nursing Selina Wanga hopes that those who graduated today will become an asset to the Ministry of Health and transfer the acquired knowledge to better the health services. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
A 36-year-old pastor alleged to have raped a 15-year-old student in Nausori has been granted bail by the Suva High Court. Ravinesh Chand from Nandali has been charged with 3 counts of rape, 1 count of indecent assault and 1 count of sexual assault. He is alleged to have committed the offences on the student, a member of his congregation, in Luvu on March 21st this year. The accused has been told to surrender his travel documents and not interfere with state witnesses. He has also been told not to reoffend and not to change his residential address. The matter has been adjourned to June 12th for mention. 12 local artists had their works showcased during the grand opening of the Fiji Contemporary Art Exhibition at the French residence last night. It was a moment where artists were able to express their joy and pain through their art and at the same time get recognition. Anna Ravulo reports.
Art may be a hobby for some, but for artist Lambert Hall, it is definitely much more.
It's an absolutely wonderful thing that we can get people together to talk about art and to open up the emotions of what it might remind them of. And so it's nice always to have art in spaces where you can survive from art. And it's good to be able to get this into the curriculum and to have people like, you know, be your own boss and you can paint from home and survive.
Hall goes on to explain what this particular piece means for him.
I always love painting portraits of women in a very distorted way, because women are, in that sense, very distorted, and we still can't grasp their emotions and stuff. So I try to put it in a painting. It's called The Yellow Woman.
The organizer for the event says talent as such must be noticed.
And as soon as I discovered what they do, I decided to make a show. I decided to raise visibilities because it would be such a waste if I just make them still unknown.
Sim also revealed that it might be possible to open the Fiji National Contemporary Art Gallery by 2020. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Walking the talk on a more sustainable environment, Nasavu Village in Boa has allocated a day every month for the whole community to spend in the garden. In line with Fiji's vision to plant 4 million trees in 4 years, the villagers have so far planted 1,000 trees, and every month they add to the tally. Maggie Boyle reports.
Once the community is aware and motivated.
With increasing land degradation, one woman's community group in Boa has turned reviving the land into a community affair.
This nursery has given us great pride, as it provides seedlings of trees that will look after us.
With more than 1,000 trees planted, the type of seedlings they're choosing is also important.
We use vesi for timber for our houses, and yasi is another native tree important for our cultural heritage, which we are losing.
And the whole community is involved. One day is set aside in the first week of every month to attend to their growing tete. There is even mangrove planting to assist with coastal protection. Working with the Food and Agriculture Organization of the UN, the villagers' efforts are already being recognized.
And in Nasavu, you can see how this direct engagement is beginning to pay dividends.
For the villagers of Nasavu, other than the sustainability of their environment, it's also a cultural legacy to leave for their future generations. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Later in sports with Jamie, Fijians shortlisted for Sevens Award, but first, Rachel joins us for the latest in business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break, work on multi-million-dollar resort progresses. And in growing Fiji, cyclone-damaged classroom block reopens. Stay with us.
For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits. My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Coral Coast, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger.
Leading business tonight, the Hexagon Group of Hotels is investing more than $50 million into the construction of the Yandua Bay Resort and Villas. Located just a few minutes away from Singatoka town along the Coral Coast, the resort will create more than 100 jobs once operational. More with Felipe Naikaso.
The construction of yet another multi-million-dollar resort along the Coral Coast shows investor confidence in the economy.
We're here to stay, and this is just an indication that the best investor in Fiji is the local investor who's got confidence and has a commitment to the country to stay. We obviously are very pleased with this launch because this is the first time we're doing something on the Coral Coast. Coral Coast, as you know, is very rare because most of the resorts there are owned by large international corporate organizations. So this is a locally owned resort.
The total integrated Yandua Bay project encompasses approximately 28 acres made up of 89 individual villa lots and a central resort with beachfront. The proposed resort will also target the local market.
If you want to have a wedding or a function on a five-star on a Coral Coast on a beach, it's very expensive. I think we can offer a difference. We can offer a very affordable rate, both for accommodation, food and catering, as much as 500 to 700 people for locals.
Work on the resort will be completed by the end of the year.
See, at the moment, we have 20 rooms available for sale. Right? It's a luxurious deluxe rooms, all oceanfront. And we have villas, 9 villas under construction at the moment, which will be available shortly, maybe in a couple of months, that we can offer to everyone.
This 4-star Yandua Bay and Resort Villas can cater for over 500 guests with an excess of 240 accommodation units, which includes hotel rooms and villas. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
For the first time this year, FMF Foods is celebrating National Biscuit Day. To mark the event, the company baked a massive FMF breakfast cracker 4 meters in length and about 1.5 meters in width. FMF Operations Manager Ritesh Nandan says it was an easy choice for the company to acknowledge Fiji's favorite biscuit in a unique and exciting way, with the team going through a few trials before the final product was made. The iconic breakfast cracker story started in 1991, which has now become a daily staple for many Fijians here and abroad. And we now join Sunifa from HFC Bank with the latest from the stock market.
A quick look at the markets. U.S. consumer confidence jumped in May as attitudes grew more upbeat about the labor market, suggesting the economy remains on solid ground despite signs of slowing after being temporarily boosted by exports and a buildup of inventories. The surge in confidence came despite an escalation in tension in the 10-month trade war between the United States and China, which sparked a sharp sell-off on Wall Street. Losses in the euro also helped support the US dollar, as analysts warned of more risk due to uncertainty surrounding the Eurozone economy and the bloc's political future. Closer to home, the quarterly report from the Reserve Bank of New Zealand flashed mixed signals today. The report did cite looming economic risk, but refrained from altering loan-to-value ratio. That's all from HFC Bank for now. Vinaka.
Thanks, Anifa. On to today's exchange rates as it was set this morning. It was an up and down day on the volatile foreign exchange markets. The Fiji dollar showed some gains against the Aussie dollar as well as the Japanese yen, but there were declines against the Chinese yuan, the US greenback, as well as the New Zealand dollar, PNG kina, and the euro. Taking a look at the commodities market, it was all down today with the price of oil dropping to close just below $59 per barrel. Gold was down as well at 280, and silver closed at $14.36 an ounce. And in Growing Fiji tonight, a new block of classrooms were opened at the DAV College in Bar this morning. An investment of over $1 million. It replaces an old structure that was destroyed by Tropical Cyclone Winston in 2016. The new block comes with sophisticated teaching aids and resources and new year 12 and 13 classrooms. The project is part of the Cyclone Winston Rehabilitation Fund, which is used to rebuild schools and homes. Education Minister Rosie Akbar commended the advanced technology facilities, noting that it will inspire and motivate students. And that's your business news for tonight. Jamie's up next with sports.
Thanks, Rachel, and good evening in sports tonight. $1.5 million allocated for weightlifting championship. And Suva Marathon encourages inclusive participation. This and more after the break.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Fiji Airways Sevens players Amniasi Tuyumamba, Melinder Nalangi and Vilimoni Mbotitu have more to play for this weekend beyond winning the Paris Sevens tournament. All three players are up for the World Rugby Sevens Rookie of the Year award, along with Samoa's Johnny Baili. Koretandolala reports.
Fiji Sevens winger Aminiasi Tuimamba has been one of the outstanding players this season due to his speed, agility and consistent performance.
Striding away, it's Tuimamba! But what a find this man has been. The ball's incredible! What a play! Tuimamba, the tornado!
Samoa's Johnny Vaili is another speedster in line for the award.
Bursting away. Oh, look at the determination. Johnny Bailey, 5-star for Samoa.
And that's just magical stuff from Bailey.
Stepping through, smiling as he goes. The silent assassin's in again.
Melinder Nalangi, known for his offloading skills, is the only forward who is contending for the Rookie of the Year.
Melinder Nalangi. Nice offload from Dorena Langi. The support play is brilliant. The new prototypical forward in the game of sevens, Melinder Nalangi.
Meanwhile, rover and former under-20 centre Vili Monibotitu is also a candidate for the title.
Botitu, the youngsters in, the try scorer, Botitu. Botitu got the pace, Botitu gets around the corner. Botitu straightening over the top, try Fiji.
The winner will be announced on Monday after the Paris Sevens. Koretandolala, FBC Sports.
The Chiefs and the Crusaders landed at Nausori Airport this afternoon for their Super Rugby clash at NZ Stadium Suva on Saturday. Crusaders captain Sam Whitelock says one of their first priorities will be to acclimatize to the Fiji heat before match day. Meanwhile, coach Scott Robertson was full of praise for his Fijian winger Sevu Rees.
Flying in the day before, so we've got a couple of days to adjust to the heat and the culture and everything, so I'm looking forward to it. But the cool thing is both sides have been here before and played over here as well.
He's a pretty special rugby player, there's no doubt about it. He can create something from absolutely nothing, true Fijian style. He's definitely rookie of Super Rugby, there's no doubt about it. He's lit the place up. I think the specialist thing about Sevu is we know he can score tries, he can get intercepts, he can beat players, but what he can do is also defend extremely well, and he's damaging without the ball as well as having the ball in his hands, and he's a great teammate.
The government has allocated $1.5 million to host the World Junior Weightlifting Championship that begins this Saturday. Fiji National Sports Commission Chair Peter Mazie has highlighted that hosting an event of such magnitude not only benefits the sport locally, but also the Fijian economy. Koroi Tandolala reports.
The government heavily supports the hosting of international sporting tournament in the country.
Because government's grant this year for this event was 1.5 million. And of that money, 1 million will be going to host the event, of course, but the other $500,000 is buying all the equipment that's needed by all the weightlifters. So while that will mean that the tournament will have the latest equipment, after the games, that equipment is available for us.
Peter Maisy believes these type of events will also benefit local weightlifting clubs.
In hosting the event, it's not just seeing that we can have the event at the FMF gymnasium. We can also bring in all this new equipment and share it around the whole country. So everybody's benefiting.
7 international teams are already in the country for the championship that begins on Saturday. Tandulala, FBC Sports.
The Bar football side will take on Lautoka on Sunday in their final match of round 1 of the Vodafone Premier League. Bar has taken over the league standings and is 3 points clear of defending champion Lautoka, who is in second place with 13 points. Bar's assistant coach Selen Lal says the Blues are still a great threat despite being without a coach.
And then we will see how we can get in the training session. And obviously, I think we have to work on a few areas. And I think finishing, we are still working on that. And I think it will be better come the next game.
The Suva Marathon Club continues to push for equal and inclusive participation at its events. The club will be hosting its 6th Island Chill Marathon in July and have made arrangements to adequately accommodate more athletes with disabilities. Tandulala reports.
The annual marathon continues to attract more participants each year.
The Suva Marathon Club's aim is to promote long-distance running in Fiji. So we do that by, we host a number of different events during the year. From every week we have a 5K social run along the seawall to our main event, the Island Chill Suva Marathon.
This year, the Suva Marathon Club is going an extra mile to provide aid to people with disabilities.
There has been a lot of interest, and we're trying to accommodate. Like this year, we had the Deaf Association that wanted to come on board. So of course the committee got together, and we've got a sign language interpreter. We've also got very skilled marshals who are trained to handle the disabled community. So if anybody is wanting to join us and belongs to the persons with disabilities, we are more than willing, to accommodate them.
More than 2,000 people are expected to take part in the marathon. The competition will be held on July 29th. Tandulala, FBC Sports.
The New Zealand under-20 football side secured its 2nd straight win at their World Cup and also locking in a playoff position. One of their goals in their 2-0 victory yesterday over Norway, which was also our play of the day yesterday, is being described as possibly the best goal ever scored by a Kiwi on the international stage. That's it from Sports Tonight. You can join Angie later on with weather and the new media. We take a look at the XPS 15 OLED laptop. Details coming up.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ से जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Definitely a weather type most of us look forward to, of course, for some fun. Expect a cool night again. Let's quickly check out today's weather situation in the west. It's always sunny and exciting this side. So many adventures to take part in. Eastwards from Pakhaba to Suva, quite humid with showers expected overnight. And up north, sunny and clear conditions. At sea, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, moderate seas. For the tides, low tide at 9:47 a.m. with high tide at 4:07 a.m. Sunrise at 6:30. For tomorrow, much like today with mild temperatures. Tomorrow's temps, the major centers will be around 30 degrees. And looking further on to Friday, the jolliest day of all and a bright one expected as well. Also, a side note, the weekend is almost here. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji and Pulse tonight, we asked, are you going to watch the Super Rugby match this weekend?
Yes, I'm going to watch the game this Saturday to cheer for my team, the Crusaders.
Definitely, I'll be watching the match and I'll be supporting Crusaders.
Yes, I want to go and watch the game because I want to take one of my relatives coming right from the village, from Ponolib, and coming for weekend this week. So I want to take him to go and watch the game.
I want to go and watch the game because this will be a great opportunity for me. Usually we watch these players on TV, but now I get the opportunity to watch them in person.
I am going to watch the game. And why? Because, you know, been following the game throughout this season, and Crusaders has been my team for quite a number of years now here.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, employers bear high costs due to lack of childcare. PM stresses recognition of informal settlers, an independent arbiter to investigate SEDELPA issues. For these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Our poll question, we're asking, should Gareth Baber maintain the core of the Sevens team for the Olympic Games? Visit our FBC website to answer. And our shot of the day sent in by Senideva Luke, all the way from the hidden paradise, Savu Savu. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj. Share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. Follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news, #FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, good night.
Bula, neva ngomal kay leloma, ngongay nakas ondo magrong ng Bula FM, namban dua na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai lambasa, ya ondo talita ina warong ng Bula FM, namban dua na sere.
Guya do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, namban dua na sere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, namban dua na sere naman.
Na vengo fane na tao ngo singa toka, kita ondo talita ka ng Bula FM, namban dua na sere.
Bula FM, namban dua na sere.